Hello and welcome back to the Western News Review. My name is Grace and I am the news editor for the Western Herald.
My name is Kayla and I'm the managing editor of the Western Herald.
My name is Eli and I am the arts and entertainment editor of the Western Herald.
Welcome back. Week 2. Back on campus. We have a couple things to talk about this week. Kayla, what's going on with our provost?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the WMU Provost being named a finalist in the University of Hawaii's presidential search. University of Hawaii named 2 finalists for their president, their university president, and one of them was University Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Julian Vasquez-Helig, and another was Executive Vice Chancellor and University Provost for the City University of New York, Wendy F. Hensel. Their University of Hawaii is hoping to name their final choice for university president, in the coming months, hopefully by the end of October, for the university president to come into not power, but position, I would say, at the beginning of 2025. And so this news comes just as the Western Michigan University president, Dr. Montgomery, has put in his letter of resignation as of June 2025. So 2 very interesting things going on there at the same time. And so it'll be interesting to see how the university kind of responds to that.
Definitely big changes going on. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that retirement announcement from President Montgomery, students have been feeling a couple different ways. We talked with student body president Alex Kasperzak about how she felt about President Montgomery leaving because she works closely with him being student body president. And she said that they always have a good relationship. Like she gets nervous before those meetings with administrators. So talking about that, and how they always just start out laughing and joking. It's a really good relationship. But some other students don't really connect with the administration here, but they enjoy seeing how President Montgomery shows his face around campus. So that's been a nice little interaction from the students with him.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm very intrigued to find out who our next president will be.
Yes.
The 3 of us have only ever seen Montgomery as university president. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what changes will be introduced to campus, but also what will stay the same. So,
absolutely.
And that'll be a very interesting. Unfortunately, I graduate before that will happen. So you guys will have to write those articles and let me know about it.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to just stay updated.
Yeah. Or read all the stories at westernherald.com.
Yep,
or listen to the headlines during the noon news break on 89.1 Wider FM.
You know, I've always said
that. Eli, what do you got for us?
So today I am talking about a new sketch comedy group that is available for WMU students to participate in downtown Kalamazoo. It is at Crawl Space Comedy Theater, which is just a theater downtown where they put on weekly sketches. I think they do open mics there as well. And there is a new sketch comedy group making their debut. It's called the Dust Bunnies. And it's available for people who are interested in script writing or acting opportunities that maybe aren't as involved in those things on campus and are looking for somewhere to branch out in the Kalamazoo area. And I think it's really exciting to bring in the local Kalamazoo community into the WMU population, because it's always really fun to, make those connections.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully, some of our Western community in those sketches in this upcoming semester, and see what they put out.
Yeah, I think it's really nice for students to get involved with not just things on campus, but things in the Kalamazoo community, because there's so much going on, and a lot of people kind of just feel like they're stuck on campus. So it's nice to know about things that are going on within.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people who didn't even know that, that area of downtown even existed.
Yeah. Like the Kalamazoo Mall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know some people who've never been down there, and it's just, there's so many connections to make down there and so many things to do down there.
Absolutely.
That I recommend everybody trying at least once. So it's exciting to see these opportunities being available for students.
I think it's really interesting too that Kalamazoo has such a big emphasis on arts and nonprofits.
Absolutely.
I think Eli and I have both worked for nonprofits in Kalamazoo, and then there's also just the Kalamazoo Arts Council. There are a lot of local theaters, like the Dust Bunnies, for example.
Center,
yeah,
the Institute of Art.
Exactly. Kalamazoo has a really big center for arts, and I think no one really realizes that. So I'm really glad that like Ella, who wrote this article, got to kind of explore that piece of Kalamazoo and kind of talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, and this group actually reached out to me personally to ask if I could cover this, and it's always so exciting when that happens because I love to see, communities recognizing how important that connection with students is.
Yeah.
And so we always love to hear from our local nonprofits and our local organizations about things going on that can engage WMU students.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just supporting student journalism as well. Like, it's nice to get those requests where it's like, hey, we want you to cover this.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. Like, they're recognizing that we want to recognize them, if that makes any sense. Not to speak in tongues, but okay, so we've kind of talked about some articles. Let's talk about some other things that Western Herald is up to. So we've got a print coming out this upcoming Monday, which is, I believe, today
when you're watching
when you're
this.
listening or watching this. And so this is going to be a 12-page print edition, and we're really excited. It's the first 12-pager of the year, and it's got some big articles in it. Grace, do you want to talk about what some people are able to see in that print?
I do. So our big story this print is about President Montgomery retiring, how students are feeling about it. That's going to be our centerfold in this issue. We're also doing a story on Hispanic Heritage Month, which started on September 15th. So we're doing some professor interviews, talking to them, seeing like what's the significance of it, what's the importance of it, and what students on campus can do to celebrate it.
Yeah. I absolutely love when we get to talk about heritage months in our print editions, just because I think it's, as every year we get a new perspective kind of talking about why they're important and like what the significance of them is. But at the end of the day, like, it's just nice to, I don't know, have that something that other people might not realize is like so important and have it in that print. So.
Yeah, especially because I feel like since it starts like in the middle of a month, some people don't notice that like it's starting.
It started, yeah.
So it's nice to bring recognition to that.
Yeah. Eli, what do you got in the A&E section for this upcoming print?
That is such a good question. My computer is about to die, so I'm going to take a look at your screen here.
Yeah.
So we have some exciting, we're going to talk a little bit about the Crawl Space Comedy Theater opportunity for students in this upcoming print, which we just talked about, because their first performance is on September 27th. So if you want to check it out and maybe see what it would look like if you were to get involved, then all that information will be in print for you. And we're also going to be doing a preview of the upcoming show POTUS at WMU Theater, which is, I think, a political satire show. I've heard it's really funny.
All-female cast. Too.
Yeah.
Really
My
exciting.
playwriting professor says he's seen it many times and he loves it. So I really recommend everyone give it a shot. And we'll have a preview for that in A&E this week, and then we'll also have a review coming out after the first show.
Awesome.
And then we'll also have a comic in the A&E section, which we're really excited about. It's a really good one this week. So definitely make sure to grab a print and check that one out.
Yeah. The comic kind of focuses on the W and the myth behind the W, which if you're listening and you don't know what that is, it's a cement W underneath, kind of like the sky bridge of the library.
Yeah.
And there's kind of this like Western lore, I guess you'd
like
put
an
it.
urban legend.
Urban legend that if you step on it, you'll fail all your exams. So I remember my tour guide like before my freshman year telling me about that, and it has stuck with me because I'm like,
I avoid that thing like
it's
the
like
plague.
it's like a Canada event, like being on your first Western tour and then getting to the W, and it's like, okay,
don't do it,
don't do it, man, and that just sticks with you. It's like a core memory for the next 4 years.
It's like I can be like fully distracted, like walking on my phone. As soon as I see the library, I'm like locked in.
It's just like
I'm like, okay.
just like I clock in and lock in.
Absolutely.
Do you guys want to know a secret?
Sure.
I have stepped on it.
Did you fail your classes?
No, I'm doing all right.
Oh,
wow.
So,
but you never know when that's
You
gonna
never
hit
know,
you.
man. You never know.
I'm knocking on a table that's right next to me. And yeah, so that's kind of what the comic focuses on. And
yeah, I think it was born from, we were talking about kind of like the myths and rumors of this campus, and that's kind of the biggest one we all know about. Because there's a lot of lore on Western's campus.
And shout out to our comic artist of this week is Addie, and
new comic artist.
And if you're looking to become a comic artist for Western Herald, show up to our
Reach
meeting.
out.
We'd love to have you.
Shoot us an email. Show up to a pitch meeting.
Yeah,
We'd love to have new art in the Herald.
And if you're listening to this, speaking of loving things at the Herald, check out if you're on our YouTube watching this, head on over to Four Course Sports, which is our sports version of podcast video. Or just
we
video.
don't know how sports
we
work.
don't know how sports
so
work.
we leave it to them.
It's like, if you want good sports material, head on over to Four Course Sports because they put it in a really accessible way, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're kind of funny with it too.
Mhm,
So
they are.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Four Course Sports. And then let's talk about multimedia. Kind of being picked up and
that's why we're recording.
That's why we're on video.
We've got a huge multimedia team now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people over in photo and video, and we're so proud of it.
We are.
Yeah.
So story kind of got picked up by some staff reporters, someone other than our multimedia editor, Aidan, who's done an amazing job with video over the past couple of months, but he actually had some people pick up a video and made it. So we got Madison Strachan and Jacob Marr. They picked up the Fall Fab Fest video, and they did pretty good.
Yeah, I remember seeing them. I was at Fab Fest getting photo for Herald, and I remember seeing them there, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's so exciting to like see new like staff videographers, photographers out in the wild when like you're also doing something. It's like, oh my god, you're a part of this.
Yeah. And speaking of that, like if you're interested in video, come join Western Herald. Like we do creative stuff, we do news-based stuff.
It's not just writing.
Exactly. And we'd love to see new people come and like make art, get those bylines.
And we're always looking for new pitches too. I mean, it's not like when you get here, you're just confined to like a pitch that we give you. You're welcome to bring your own pitches. If you have an idea for a video or a story, please bring that to us because we love to hear them and we can get you started on that right away.
Yeah, so long as they're not a conflict of interest, like you are more than welcome to write about like pretty much if it's newsworthy, timely, and there's no conflict of interest. You can do it. Like Western Herald's
if you're a part of
it.
an RSO and you're like, hey, we're doing something really cool, you can't write that because it is a conflict of interest, but you can pitch it to us and we can have somebody else pick it up.
Because at the end of the day, if it's interesting to you, it's probably interesting to other people.
Absolutely.
So yeah. What else should we talk about today, guys? Pretty sure we're only at like the 10-minute mark right now. So okay. So we got to talk about some other stuff. Let's see what's on the headlines for this week. Today's newsletter is going to be coming out soon. Let's talk about that. So let's
Kayla's
see.
been killing it with the newsletters.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Western Herald newsletter.
Yeah. So this week's Achiever Extraordinaire is Rue, Eli's cat.
That's my cat.
Yeah.
It's her birthday.
It's her birthday. So we're celebrating Rue's birthday. Happy birthday. How old will she be?
She'll be 5 today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that means she'll be like 5 in 3 days when this podcast comes out.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, we're very proud of her. And my kitten is I have a kitten at home as well, and she's turning 5 months on October 1st. So I've got 5 months and 5 years.
5 and 5.
5 and 5. It was funny when I went to the vet with them last. Rue, my kitten's name is Rory. Rory weighed in at 3.7 pounds, and Rue weighed in at 7.3 pounds.
Aww.
And now they're both 5.
Cute.
So it's,
If you want to see the cutest picture of Rue, go read the newsletter.
And speaking of the newsletter, Eli, do you want to talk a little bit about the upcoming events that are going on at WMU?
Absolutely. So we have the upcoming annual sustainability celebration coming up on the 27th of September. That one is such a fun one. I go to it every single year. It's a great way to learn more about how to be sustainable on campus and how to get involved in sustainable on campus. We have so many opportunities for volunteering and grant writing on campus. Western has really been taking an initiative recently to become more sustainable, which we've written about in recent years. And it's so exciting to see more students getting involved every year. So I highly, highly recommend you check out the sustainability celebration on the 27th. It's also a great way to get some goodies. You can get some free plants, some free, you can you learn about some resources on campus. It's always a really fun one. And then we also have the upcoming POTUS opening night on the 27th as well. We already talked about that one, but it's a really funny show. So after the sustainability celebration, you should go check out POTUS.
Head over to
busy day for you, but it'll be a real fun one.
Theater.
In the sports world, so these are headlines that the three of us pretty much know nothing about. But again, head on over to Four Core Sports and you will learn
more.
They will tell you all about it.
Yeah. WMU takes on number 15 Tennessee in weekend tournament. WMU women's cross country hosts the George Dales Invite, and WMU women's and men's soccer teams each play at home on Sunday.
Exciting stuff.
Did you guys go to the football game this past week?
I did not.
I was watching it from my couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was keeping
It
up.
was good. It was pretty. Yeah, we won by a lot. I think
Okay.
it was almost double their score was what we ended up at. So it was a great game though.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was keeping up with the score and watching RuPaul's Drag Race with
Look
my
at
roommate.
us being supportive. I was getting a perm. So yeah.
What, with your
Shout out to
grandma?
perms. That's what we should have put on the obsessions for this
of
week.
the week. What are our obsessions of this week, Kayla?
Trader Joe's. I feel like that one need not
An explanation.
an
Me and Kayla went to Trader Joe's after our editorial board meeting.
We did.
Yeah.
WMU football offense. Again, everything we just talked about, you know, like woo. And then tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We love tattoos. And then what is our tip of the week, Eli?
Our tip of the week is to be prepared for sick season. I know quite a few people out there who are catching, the viruses that are going around.
Yeah.
So, whether that means for you, that can mean anything, getting your vaccinations, just making sure to take your vitamins, wash your hands, make sure to take those steps, whatever you need to do to make sure that you don't get sick.
Yeah.
Because
Keep yourself and others safe.
it is upon us. So,
it is.
Yeah.
Not to spread myth, but frat flu. Frat flu.
man.
Indeed.
There's a reason why everyone gets sick at the beginning of the semester.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All being in a congregated
rush
place.
week.
It is rush week.
So,
So that's kind of what's going on at Western Herald. Anything else that you guys want to talk about this week?
I don't think so. Just stay tuned on our website with the print edition. Go pick one up.
Absolutely. You can find all of our print locations on our Western Herald Instagram at Western Herald.
Western
Follow our
some brand
social
new-
medias,
Yeah.
our TikTok.
Please
Yeah.
do. Yeah, we're so funny on TikTok.
We are so funny on TikTok.
We're really funny.
So
Yeah.
thanks so much for tuning in to the Western News Review podcast and video. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.